Welcome back to another episode of Time Out with the Sports Doctor podcast, where life, sports, and medicine intersects. We are glad that you are part of this growing community where we strive to help you strengthen your mindset, help you grow your assets, and help you achieve whatever level of success that you want for your life. Go to our website at Dr.Derrick, thesportsdoctor.com, where you can find all the latest content, and you can also follow us on our social media channels. Now, let's get into this episode. Welcome back to another episode of Time Out with the Sports Doctor podcast, and we'll call this the birthday edition. I'm actually recording this on my birthday, 2/27/2024. I just want to start off by saying I am very thankful and grateful for everyone who's reached out to me to extend happy birthday wishes, from family, friends, former colleagues to random people on social media. When you're on social media, you get more birthday greetings than ever before. But I really appreciate people taking the time to acknowledge first my birthday and to extend well wishes, especially those who know me personally. I really appreciate it. As I age, I think I get more emotional, more appreciative of life in general, especially with a family, with a wife, and with children. I know the time is precious, having 3 children now, one in middle school and a teenager, officially a teenager earlier this month, but still my baby girl. So I really appreciate life. I really appreciate having people who support me, a family that sacrifices for me, a wife that sacrifices for me, even sacrifices and puts on hold sometimes her dreams and things that she wants to do for me, because no one can do it alone. We're really a team. And with 3 kids, you have to divide and conquer. So it's impossible to be able to do the things that I do without her support, and truly without the support of my children. We all are bought into each other's dreams. We try to support each other and try to do it to the best of my ability, at least. So I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful for my health. 44 years old. I have friends, past medical school, classmates that are already deceased. I have friends that are suffering from serious medical conditions. I see you. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for the best. I'm praying for your strength. I'm praying for peace as you walk through this. You know who you are. And I'm going to continue to lift you up. So I'm very thankful to still be stable mind, body, and soul, to be able to do the things that I do, to be able to live each day without pain, to be able to not have serious medical conditions at this state of life. I'm really appreciative for my health. I'm appreciative for this podcast community. I'd like to first say thank you to each and every person that continues to show up to listen to this podcast, contribute to this podcast as a guest, as leaving reviews. Everything really counts. It's hard to believe that it's almost 3 years ago. At this point, 3 years ago, I was literally going through a course about how to start a podcast, coming up with a name, coming up with the artwork, starting to try to select people that I was going to interview. And here I am now, almost 150 episodes later. It's hard to imagine. I never truthfully I don't even think I thought about 150 episodes. I know I wanted to make it through the first year. I wanted to make it past number 10 because I was told that many podcasts fail about number 6 or 7 episodes. Sounded a little harsh in the beginning, but I've seen it happen time and time again. So I'm very grateful to still be here. I'm very grateful to have a platform now that I can invite other new podcasters onto and share this platform. So many stories can be told, many voices can be heard, and we can continue to try to grow together. As healthcare providers, we spend a large portion of our lives focused on our training as well as taking care of other individuals. But I'm calling a timeout because life can change in an instant. We know it's difficult to fathom that a sudden illness, injury, or death could put you and your family in a devastating financial situation. But that's where Dr. Stephanie Pearson and her unique team of advisors at Pearson Ravitz come into play. They focus on empowering physicians like yourself to protect your most valuable asset, your income, and life's most important people, your family. So go to pearsonravitz.com to make sure that you are protected today. I'm really grateful for each person who continues to support this podcast. I'm grateful for those who have decided to partner with me, especially with Dr. Stephanie Pearson and Pearson Ravitz. They committed to another year of supporting this podcast. They specialize in physician specific disability insurance and life insurance. Many people are well versed, or at least know about life insurance, but many people don't really know about disability insurance, and especially how important it is to have a specific disability insurance for your specialty. So I will continue to use this partnership with them to educate the audience about the importance of disability insurance. And I'm really just thankful for Dr. Pearson and Scott Ravitz and working with me to help my voice be heard and to help other stories be shared. So I really appreciate that company and what they do to help other physicians. I mentioned about a month ago, 7-figure speaker course. I did a 2-part series. If you have not heard that, go back and listen to it. But I am now a part of the Next Level Speaker Academy. This is something that I am training myself now how to be a better speaker. Not only a speaker on stage, but how to come up with programs to help people in the masses. Over the years, one thing that I've been very passionate about is helping my student athletes, helping the students that I get to come into contact with at various high schools and colleges. But I want to be able to do that on a larger level. I've been able to meet with small groups. I've been able to speak to small groups. But I feel that as part of my calling is to be able to show people what's possible, number one. I want to be able to give practical tips and things that they can actually work on to improve your ability as a student, your ability to achieve whatever level of success that you want, and ability to achieve, a stable financial future for yourself and your family. So I'm really excited about this coursework as I'm going through it. Another thing added on the fire, another piece of wood on the fire, but I'm not worried because I know that I'm walking in my calling and walking in my purpose. So as I learn more about kind of my calling and purpose and start to feel more comfortable with it, I worry less about failing. I worry less about what happens if this goes wrong. So if you want to pray for me for something, just pray for God's will to be done in my life. You have to be careful when you tell people to just pray for you, because sometimes they're praying the opposite of what you are wanting. But if you want to pray for me, pray for God's will to be done in my life, so that I can increase the impact that I'm having on other people and be able to touch more lives and be able to help other people achieve whatever they want to achieve. So that's really what's going on in my life. Like I mentioned, I'm grateful for each and every one of you. If you want to contribute to this podcast, if you want to be a guest, if you want to contribute financially, go to my website, Dr.Derrick, thesportsdoctor.com. That's where you can find all the information. You can find all the past episodes, the links to show notes for the episodes, the links to the social media pages. You can also see people who are partnering with this podcast or sponsor this podcast. And you can also do that if you feel led. So that's it for this episode. I hope that you're blessed. Hope that you're having a great week. We will be back in touch with you soon. Peace. Thank you for continuing to support this podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, then please leave a 5-star review. And if you haven't done so, subscribe so you continue to get the updated episodes. Until later, peace. Time out with the sports doctor. Keep our head right in the game. We ain't never stopping. You are now tuned in. Trust you don't want to miss. This is where life, sports, and medicine.